Avatar just broke a record.
Mhm.
It broke, well, not break a record, but it passed a $1.5 billion. And it's only been 3 weeks,
3 weeks.
which is,
Yep.
definitely insane. I mean, James Cameron can ask for whatever he wants, and the studio is like, here you go.
He already has. He literally went to them and said, I need $1 billion. And they gave him $1 billion. And he's split it between 4 movies. Every movie, $250 million per movie. That's $1 billion. And they said, cool. And the return on their investment is that every movie he's going to make is going to make $2 to $3 billion. He's going to continue to reset the market because that's how much money he's going to make.
but it's not just this movie. It's Titanic, which broke records. Avatar 1, same thing, broke a bunch of records, and now this one, it's just like this man is insane. Plus,
he can do that without a plot. He don't need a plot.
Without a plot. Yeah.
Plot. I got visuals. What's that? I got visuals.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, it can. I think it only can last so long. I think number 3 and 4 definitely need to have a good story, because I think I
think he hears the complaints. I think that's what's going on. I think he's going to hear all these complaints and say, okay, I got you. I can still write a good story. Yeah. Watch this.
Yeah, because we know he can.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, Terminator 2, True Lies. I mean, those are
True Lies is one of my favorite movies and great story ever.
The man can write for sure.
Yeah,
he's just got to write. He's got to go back to writing. The visuals are great. And it's great that he spent that much time making sure that the visuals and the tech for the visuals was perfected. But he's proven that he can do both. Just like we said, Terminator 2, one of the best from an action, a visual, and storyline standpoint. Yeah, one of the best ever. Yeah, we know he can do it. He's just got to do it. It can't be all about the visuals and the IMAX 3D as great as that is for Avatar. Just focus on doing both.
If this next movie does not have a great plot, will Avatar 4 really take a hit?
Yeah, I think if number 3 doesn't have a great plot, I can see number 3 not making $1 billion, because the notion of cool, it looks pretty, it's kind of worn off, especially after the first one. Then there's a long stretch. Now we got the second one, looked maybe even better, looked a little bit better, with the high frame rate. But this next one is cool. You're not waiting another 15 years, so people are already used to it's gonna look great. But now that notion of it's gonna look great, now you need to have a good story with great visuals. That's the only way to elevate this to another level.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Exactly.
I can see it still making money regardless.
It probably will.
I can see 3 making 1.5 billion, 2 billion, no matter what. Just because if it's released in China, that helps out a whole hell of a lot too.
Yeah.
A lot of these movies that are at the top of the list weren't released in China. I was actually talking to someone about this before. As much as I didn't like Wakanda Forever, if it was released in China, guess what? It would have made $1 billion. Doctor Strange would have made $1 billion. So I mean, he has worldwide appeal. It's beautiful. It's at the right time when you need something to do with your family. He has a formula. He's going to tax it out.
Oh yeah, for sure. So the next one, he has an idea. So I think I misread the article when I first looked at it. So IGN has James Cameron Avatar 3 will feature fire Navi. So it's kind of interesting. So they said,
it was interesting.
He's going through the Avatar, huh? So that Avatar is he's going through the last Airbender Avatar. Like he's just going through all the nations.
We already got like the earth, forest, water. Now we're going fire.
And then guess what, guys?
Or air.
And my dad actually said something similar when we left the theater that night. He's like, they did water in this one. They're probably going to do like air and fire in the next ones.
Yep. Yep. So what was this? James Cameron, speaking to French outlet 20 Minutes and spotted by Games Radar, Cameron explained that Avatar 3 will feature what he calls ash people, who will bring a darker take on the Navi presented so far. So the next films will feature cultures different from those I've already shown, quoted. He said, and then quote again, the fire will be represented by the ash people. I want to reveal the Navi from another angle because at the moment, I've only shown their good sides, end quote.
So they're probably by volcanoes.
Something along that lines.
But
he made it seem like they're not going to be good people. And I don't know what he means by that.
Maybe they're not, one with Awa.
Cannibals.
But, because, they see everyone as their brother and all that stuff. Maybe they're more human than they are like the Navi people.
Yeah.
You see, like, and, they eat, they just kill, they kill just to kill. They don't, always do it in honor of Awa. They don't have that connection, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here he said, he also said this. He goes, in the early films, they are very negative human examples and very positive Navi examples. In Avatar 3, we will do the reverse. We will also explore new universes while continue the story of the main characters. He said, I can say that the last parts will be the best. The others were an introduction, a way to set the table before serving the meal. But obviously, everything will depend on how Avatar 2 will be received. If it will find its audience, which obviously it has.
$2 billion later.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, $1 billion in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1.5 bill. It's crazy.
He's literally going to reset the market.
This is way more interesting. Everything he just said, I am way more interested in Avatar 3 and 4 if we're going to get different kind of bad, Navi and stuff like that. I'm interested in what he'll do, but knowing what he's already done, I'm kind of scared, with things,
What if it's the same exact storyline, except he just switches with the Navi people with the humans?
Yeah.
Just takes the same exact storyline.
Well, Jake Sully becomes goes into a body of another Avatar.
I was thinking, what's the kid's name?
Spider.
So Spider, finds other humans, and then they start to be one with nature. And he teaches them how to do stuff. And then there's other people from the planet, other Navi people that are not liking them and want to try to shoo them away, and they're using their ash and fire to drive them off the planet or into their own area. And then Jake has to fight with the humans to get them to leave them alone.
By the way, I kind of vote. I hereby vote not to call Spider, but to call him Donnie Thornberry.
Yeah, I forgot to download that. Yeah, yeah, he's definitely Donnie Thornberry.
But would you be surprised that if Donnie is the new leader for that? I mean, I can see it just flipping it up, flipping it over, and like, hey guys, I'm a genius. He makes another $2 billion.
Yeah.
Same storyline.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Well, when I first read that it's gonna be like evil Navi, I'm like, I wonder if they're just evil because they team up with the humans, so I was wondering
but if the humans are there and they're starting to become one with the planet, because they said that they have to use this place to because the Earth is dying. That was the kind of the plot thing that they talked about in Avatar 2. So now humans are there, and then and then Spider, the very thin plot, but the Spider sees them and he teaches them the way that you're supposed to respect the land and all that stuff. And then these other Navi people don't like them there, and they're coming in, they're trying to kill the people, and they're the ones trying to chase them out, and they're the evil ones because they don't want them to share their land. Just did it, guys.
Yeah.
Wrote the movie.
You probably took more time thinking out the plot than James Cameron did for the sequel.
I was just gonna say, like, and rewind. Yeah.
Well, I think it'll be fun. He'll be able to do it. All he has to do is like go back to his roots, and he'll be able to come up with a good one. But I bet you Avatar 4 is going to be like robots, like Judgment Day.
Oh my god! Well, I mean, you said we will explore new universes. Yeah, well, a planet of Terminators. What does that sound like? Fucking, Transformers. He's already stealing ideas from everything else.
You when you see the planet, right? Pandora. Yeah. There's 2 planets right next to each other. We never talk about the other planet. We never talk about the other planet. So I'm just saying, he can go to another world because it's right there.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna grab something, guys.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
This is Spider. There you go. That's basically. Hey, this whole franchise has just been him ripping off other stuff. They go, Wild Thornberries, Romeo and Juliet in the first one, and
I told you you have the Virgin Mary, the Virgin Birth. You have the prodigal son. You have all those things. It's all the same things, and that's what he does. He's been doing Dances with Wolves. Just takes all these things and puts it in, and reforms it. Like he goes, there you go, $1 billion.
Are we gonna see aliens? Like that pops in somehow.
Well, I'm telling you, it's happening.
Yeah.
And as much as I'm sitting there talking about him, he still made so much money.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe he knows something we don't. He doesn't need to come up with all this other stuff.
Yeah. He's like, it's already a good story. Let me just make it look pretty, and then bam, make them blue, so you don't offend anybody.
It's a totally different movie. It's on a different planet, and they're blue.
Yeah, I mean, which is super smart because since they're like aliens, basically, it plays well with China. Which is good for him. You're like, oh, see, they're not like all these different races, or we're not trying to do this and that and all these like things that China hates. They're like they're literally aliens. So it's like, okay, cool.
That's so funny. It's exactly right though. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm pretty interested in this one. Especially him saying like it's introduction.
He's pulling us all back in. He's gonna pull us all back in, guys. Same time next year, in 2 years, he's gonna pull us all in. We're gonna be going to go see it again. He did it, guys. He came up with a good plot, and if it's not a good plot, they should be different. And then he promised next time to have a great plot, great ideas.
The next 3 years, I think, because I guess they said they've done every 2 years. Every 2 years. Every 2 years.
So 2024, Christmas time, 2024, the next movie comes out, and Christmas time, 2026. The next movie comes out.
Yeah. Because I think I was reading he was shooting or something along those lines.
Yeah, it's done. He's only supposed to be doing the filming. I mean, the cutting it down and
the editing.
And editing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what I missed?
You missed our actual film, A Spider.
Yeah. Here we go. We found now. There you go.
Like I said, Donnie Thornberry.
Yeah, put a face mask, oxygen mask on him, and there you go. Spider. Yeah, so, but I like it. I'm interested enough where I'm like, he wants to make these, and I wonder if they're going to be blue. Are they going to be red? You know, does he go full on like Sith?
They could still be blue, but like dark blue, but with ash over their face that makes them even gray.
Mm-hmm.
And then what they do with the face paint is you in the ash, you do that like kind of like the Jabari tribe from Wakanda.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I wonder. I wonder which Cameron alum would play some of these new characters, because it was pretty cool to see Kate Winslet, or not see her, depending on how you interpret it. But I wonder who would play them, or would Sigourney Weaver play another one of these DH characters, or would he bring Linda Hamilton back? Would he bring Michael Biehn back to play a character? Could an Avatar movie?
I got the answer, guys. Arnold.
Everybody got to the chopper. Can you imagine like all the fire tribe people like talk like Arnold?
Do it now. Do it now.
No.
What are the banshees? Get to the banshee. It's like, but I heard Matt Damon actually might be in the next one. That was like a weird rumor I heard. Yeah.
I think I read something about that somewhere too.
Wasn't Matt Damon supposed to be the star of the first Avatar and he turned it down?
Yeah. Yeah, he lost a shit ton of money. Because he probably was asking for a lot more than what's his name that played Jake. He probably
could have got part of the gate. He could have got part of the gate. He said, hey, whatever you make, I want 8% of it. What's 8% of $2 billion?
Jesus Christ. A lot of new houses.
Oh man,
that's crazy. But I heard Matt Damon, which would be kind of interesting, you know, do the whole Spider-Man 3 type of thing. Like, oh, let's get the other guy who we didn't cast as the main character, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So but Arnold would be interesting. That'd be funny.
I would love to see Arnold. That would be great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
Like, I'm retired. Oh, that's a lot of zeros. I'll be there tomorrow.
And then you get Arnold and oh my god, what's her name? Who's right from True Lies?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes, exactly.
They're the you know the two leaders of the new tribe that they find.
And she's like falling out of a helicopter. And he's holding her as her feet. Shot for shot, different movies. He just puts them all together. Oh man.
Yeah. I was expecting to see that at some point. Didn't we already see? No, we did already see that where he's in the water and the fire is on top of the water. Oh my god, he's legit just recreating shit he's already done.
Oh man, but it looks beautiful, guys. But it looks beautiful.
$2 billion. There you go.
Hey, honestly, here's the question: does it hit to 3? Does it get to $3 billion? It's been 3 weeks. It's at 1.5. Does it get to $3 billion?
For me, if it does, it's not with the original theater run. I think it might hit that or come very close to it before they drop Avatar number 3. So I think it might.
So we talked about Wakanda Forever was in theaters for 6 weeks.
Yeah,
about 6 weeks. 6 weeks is about a good run for quality, you know, big budget movies.
Yeah,
he's halfway through his life cycle. He's at 1.5 billion. Yeah, it's China
making 500,000 every week. That's a lot.
If we're talking about next Monday, if we're sitting here saying he hit $2 billion, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he makes $3 billion. If he has $2 billion by the end of this weekend, I'm gonna say he gets real close to $3 billion.
In the original trailer or the theatrical run.
In the first 6 weeks, he might get close.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting, but I can see it getting close after with the re-release and the re-release and all that shit. So
yeah, because that's coming. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. We'll move on to some other stuff. So if you're watching live, stick around. If you're watching on replay, make sure you like this video, hit the sub button, and leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think about the new avatar with the Fire Tribe, or what was he calling, the Ash people. So I feel like he would change the name because it's too much like ass people. Like, oh, it's the asses.
It'll be versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Avatar 3 with everything that James Cameron said. But let's move on to something else.